Okay, here's where we're at today. We decided we're going to put a door in here. So there'll be a door here, and we're now up to about 6 foot all the way around. The window openings, of course, one there, coming along. We decided to put a window over this side too. The wall comes up another layer, so I'm going to build a box for each window to sit in, and that will hold the cement in on the sides as it gets filled. I haven't decided quite how I'm going to do the header across the top of the windows and doors. I've got some ideas, and there's also some suggestions online. I got another course or so to go, and then we'll figure that out. It should be pretty simple, cut and dry. So we're at 6 foot. I believe we're going to go up maybe 7 more courses, and that should put us somewhere right below the satellite dish up there, and that'll get us close to 12, maybe 13 foot. So once again, we're at 6 foot. I've reached a point now. There's a little bit of adjusting going along here and there where you might have to put a shim in to just level it up a little bit. Last couple of courses I haven't even needed any shims. It's just going up nice and straight now that all the kinks are worked out. Just for fun, so you can see what this looks like. You get a shot all the way through there. Each course is like that, of course, and got your rebar. I'm gonna look at maybe doing something different with this rebar. I think I'm gonna, doesn't call for it, but I'm thinking that I might put something in here to raise it up a little bit. I'd rather see the rebar deeper into this joint, up into it, rather than just laying in the bottom of it. I might talk to the manufacturer and just see what they say about it. I'm not crazy about that idea, even though this is 1 foot on center basically, and throughout the wall same thing, 1 foot on center, so it's still gonna be pretty solid once it's all said and done. So this is kind of what it's looking like for now from the outside. Step around the other way. And here's this side. And that's where we're at for right now. Hi gang, Barbecue Joe here. A number of folks have asked me offline how we deal with gluing this stuff. The product suggested is this Dow product, Enerfoam. It takes about an hour to set up, and we use it with a squirter gun hose thingy. It says to shake vigorously for 1 minute. I've tried that. That doesn't work very well, so I just shake the can instead. With this stuff, you buy a case of this, and it comes with a gun, or you can buy a case without it. The idea is to keep the gun clean so you can continue to use it. Pro tip, don't take the gun off and just let it sit, because it will harden up all through it. You do not want that. They do make a cleaner that we use periodically to spray the tip, clean it up. The cap actually comes off, and it will screw down into the gun so you can spray the nozzle out. But as long as you keep a can on, whether it's empty or full, everything's fine. Just keep the tip clean. This can's empty, so I want to go ahead and put a new can on. And of course, you don't want to let it sit, because that's going to harden up all the way through the gun. Came close the other day. Anyways, it just screws right on. And we're good to go. You got a little bit of a volume setting here. Just a little careful squeeze with the gun. I'll go ahead now and demonstrate how I do the wall. Okay, this is how we glue these walls. In some places, it needs a little bit of a shim. Not a whole lot. Down earlier, we needed more shims, but as we've come up now, we don't need a whole lot. Anyways, it's fairly simple and straightforward with this stuff. You just stick your schnozzle in it. Let me get out of the sun so you can see a little bit better. And you just give it a little squirt, and it just goes on in. Sometimes I give it a little push just to get it in a little further. But we just go along every 4 inches or so and give it a shot. And after about an hour, it'll be all nice and dried up. And some spots I'll give it a little bit more until I start seeing it come out. I know I'm gonna have a good joint there. Also, set this down. This stuff comes off real easy after it's been set up. So we'll go along the wall and pull this excess stuff off later. Anyways, that's how you glue this stuff. See you next time. My idea for getting a straight cut with this apparatus just didn't work out very good. Problem is, it gives you a nice straight line, but the kerf of the saw catches the edge, and it's hard to keep the saw out of that edge. So I went a step further and just built a miter box, just using plywood and some 2x4. It works out pretty easily. I'll take my measurement across the block, mark it with my knife. I get my cut lined up, and if it's a small piece, I'll take my C-clamps and I'll just kind of clamp it down to keep the waste piece. I'll leave the waste piece loose and the piece I'm keeping solid. I have another clamp on the other side. And then I just take my saws, all the heck with it, man. I tried it with a hand saw, and it's just, why bother? I can just take my my Sawzall, just cut right through this stuff. Just zips right through. I'm not going to destroy that piece for you. Anyways, yeah, that's giving us pretty good cuts right now. And then the next thing I came up with is my rasp. When I come up to a edge that is not quite straight, this one is pretty straight, but nonetheless, just to show you, I made this rasp using this expanded steel or whatever they call it, and just nailed it to a board, and it works real well for just shaving this stuff right off. You can go straight edge pretty good, and it eats it up pretty well. Here's another detail. This is how we're fastening this wall to this wall, this existing wall, just using the hammer drill with a 1/2 inch masonry bit. Anyways, they drill on in, and then a piece of rebar come along, and we just drive a piece of rebar right into the wall. And I guarantee you, it's not pulling out real easily.